learned in your training manuals. 2 pages, number. What number is this? My manual switch. Page 21. You want to turn to 21, 22, 23. Okay? All right. What we're going to do here is we're going to switch gears a little bit. And we are going to work on a brainstorming activity. Okay? Now listen very closely as I pre-frame this. So, don't worry about looking at look at me. Look up here. Okay. Now, as we work on this activity, it's very important the mindset that you're in. And I know what mindset you're in right now. What mindset are you in right now? Sell. Who can I sell to? Who do I know that's going to? And that's a great way to be thinking. That's the way that you need to be thinking. However, for a couple minutes, we're going to take one step backwards. And we're not going to only think about people who we think are going to buy or who I can sell to. We want to think about anyone that I could possibly show Cutco to. Okay? See, I want you to understand that minds are like parachutes, and I want to work on their what? Open. So I want you to be in a very open mindset. Because I know what you're thinking right now. I told you, you're going to be ready to go sell by the end of the day. I told you that. You're probably thinking, who do I know? Who can I sell to? Sell, buy. That's good. That's the way that you need to be thinking. But for a second, we're going to take one step back and we're going to think about who can I possibly show the product to? Because the bigger we make that list, the more selective you can be with who you actually start by showing the product to, which means the more you're going to sell and the more that you're going to make. So listen, as we work on this brainstorming activity, do not be selective right now. I'm going to teach you how to be selective the right way here in just a few minutes. For this activity, we're going to think about anyone that I could possibly what? Show the product to. Now, in order to show the product to someone, what are the qualifications? The person has to be what? Over 30 and working full-time. Over 30, working full-time. That's it. Does it matter where they live? No. We have a virtual demo, so guess what? You can show Cutco to anyone, anywhere. It doesn't matter where they live, as long as they have a credit card and internet access. Okay? So it doesn't matter where they live. Doesn't matter how well you know them. No. Because eventually, guess what? You're going to be showing Cutco people that you don't know. Those are called referrals. Right? Does it matter the last time you talked to them? Or, how comfortable you would be showing them Cutco? No. I even want you to put people on this list that you would be nervous to show Cutco to at first, because you're going to be amazed at how much your confidence grows after a week or two on the job. Okay? Think about it like this. Where'd you guys go to high school? Where'd you go? Okay, how many kids did you graduate with? A couple hundred, 300, 400 more? Every single one of those people have a mom that's over 30 and working full-time. There's 300 potential customers. And you know people in the grade probably above you. You probably know some people in the grade behind you, right? I mean, how many could you, if you think about like Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, how many friends do you have on these social media platforms? Thousands? Probably. Like 1,000 followers or close to it, and 1,000 Facebook friends, and a couple hundred time. All of them have a mom that's over 30 and working full-time. Those are all potential customers, right? So our mission here is to brainstorm a list of 100 to 200 names, because by the way, you might not quite get there, but that's the mission. Because the bigger the list is to start with, the more selective we can be with who we actually start by showing the Cutco to, which means the more that you're going to sell and the more that you're going to make. Does that make sense? So, so let's look at a couple of these sections. What's the first section? Top 30, what? Family, okay? So family, it doesn't matter if they're in or out of town, okay? So mom and dad, obviously, grandma and grandpa, aunts and uncles, siblings, cousins, if they're of age to check out Cutco, both sides of your family. Now, listen, you may not have enough to fill up that section based on your family size. I'm Irish Catholic. That part was very easy for me to fill out. My mom's 1 of 6, my dad's 1 of 5. Okay? So top 30 family. Now, what's the next section? Top 40 friends. Now, do we want to put your friend's name on the list? No, that's not our target market. Who do we want to put? Their parents. Okay? And under this banner, I also want you to think not just my, friends, like close friends. Think about anyone that you're acquainted with. Like, think about everyone that you had classes with in high school. Everyone that you've had classes with at college. Think about people that you've played on sports teams with, youth group, right? Anyone in here play sports? What'd you play, Aaron?
Basketball.
How many guys are on your basketball team?
12.
How many guys are on your AAU team?
12.
There's another 25 customers right there, right? What'd you play? Swim. How many people were on your swimming team? And you swim club as well? How many people were on your club team? There you go. There's 250 potential customers right there. Those are all great customers, right? So you want to think about it in those types of terms. Let's say that you have someone that you had like a few AP classes with, as an example, Ashley, and like you know them okay because you've had like 2 or 3 or 4 classes with them, but you don't really know their parents. You never even met their mom. Could their mom still be on this list? Absolutely. How well do you have to know someone to show them Cutco? You don't. Eventually, you'll be showing Cutco to people that you don't know. So even people that like you don't even like, you've never even met their parents, they can still go on this list. That's a potential customer. This is a brainstorming activity. Understand this. We will not do a presentation for every person you put on this list. But the bigger we make the list, the more selective we can be with who we do the presentation for. Does that make sense? Okay. So let's say that you only know someone on a first name basis. Like you don't even know that kid's last name. You've had like a couple classes, like they're just in your contacts. You're like, I don't really know who this person is, but what could you put? Bryan's parents, Susan's parents, Johnny's parents. Does that make the Hurlmans, the Smiths, right? That's going to be your easiest section by far. Because think about it like this: how many people did you graduate with? A couple hundred. There's only 40 right here. You could easily double or triple or quadruple that one part of the list, right? Now, if you look at page number 23, there's a slot for overflow because you're gonna have that's gonna be your easiest section by far. Top 40 friends, parents. So there's a list for overflow for page 23 because you're gonna have a lot more than 4. Okay. Now turn the page. What's the next section? On page 22, what's the next section? Parents, friends. So this is like mom and dad's coworkers, family friends. These are the people that you call aunt and uncle that aren't really your aunt and uncle. You just call them that because they've been friends with their parents for so long, right? This is like church families. This is neighbors. A lot of times there's two sections. There's like neighbors in the neighborhood that you grew up in, neighbors in the neighborhood that your parents live in now. How many of your parents live in a neighborhood? How many houses are in it? How many houses are in your neighborhood? Like probably 50 to 100 or more, right? So you want to think about it in those types of terms, okay? And then also, who can you sit down with tonight to help you expand that part of the list? Yeah, sit down with mom and dad. Mom and dad can probably help you get 30, 40, 50, just them. They can probably get you, I don't know, more than that if they really want to. So think about parents, friends. Okay, then you see what section? How many of you have siblings by a show of hands? One of the biggest sections that I had as a new rep were my siblings' friends' moms. My brother and sister are 4 years younger. And I showed Cutco to all of their friends' moms. That was like one of my biggest sections when I was a new rep. So siblings, friends, parents. What's the next section? Teachers, coaches. Think about it like this. Did you, when you're in high school, how many teachers do you have per year? 7 or 8? So there's 28 right there. Right, over 4 years. If you had 7 per year. Right? Or 32 if you had 8 per year. You could probably think about your grade school and middle school teachers too. At the bottom, you're going to see where it says Best 5, Top 10, Fast Start 20. Don't put anything on that. We'll come back to that in a little bit. Okay? Now, also, don't worry about the phone number for right now. I know you brought a couple phone numbers with you today. Don't worry about the phone number. Don't even worry about if you think you could get the phone number. Okay? I will give you some instruction on how to look up and collect phone numbers here in just a little bit. For now, just focus on the names, okay? The mission is that you brainstorm 100 to 200 names. You might get more, you might have a couple less. That's okay if that's the case. If you don't quite get to 100 or 200, that's fine. Okay, but the mission, that's the mission. And don't worry about the phone numbers, just brainstorm the names, okay? So as we work on this activity, a couple things. Number 1, silent activity. I want you to zone in. Okay, I want you to focus on you, and this is the most important section of our training today. Number 2, I want your wheels constantly turning. Here's what I mean by that. I do not want to see your pen lift from your paper. I want to see you writing at all times as we work on this activity. And then number 3 is this. I want you urgent. I want you to be writing as fast as you can. I want you to get as many as you possibly can before you head out. Okay, before we get done working. So we're only going to take a couple minutes to work on this in class. Obviously, you can continue expanding this on your own outside of the classroom, but that's the mission while we work on this. So silent activity. Okay, Wheels constantly turning. Don't let your pen leave your paper. Okay. I want you to use your brain power at first. If you end up eventually using your phone, like your contacts, your Facebook friends list, Snapchat, that's fine. But one move I don't want to see is this move. I see this every now, like every training seminar. There's always one person who's like, if you're doing that, what are you doing? You're skipping people. If you're skipping people, what are you skipping?
Opportunity.
You're skipping potential sales, potential income, potential referrals, right? And what is that person really doing? Who would I think is going to buy, or who would I feel comfortable showing Cutco to? And if you only think about people that you feel comfortable showing Cutco to, how many are you going to have? You're going to have like 20, right? Or so. Maybe more, maybe less, but probably in that neighborhood. I want you to have anyone that you could possibly show Cutco to. So it doesn't matter how well you know them. It doesn't matter where they live. It doesn't matter whether they would buy or not. Are they over 30 and working full time? That's it. Does that make sense? All right, everybody ready to rock and roll? Okay, most important part of our training. Did you have a question?
Yeah. So if they live out of state or they're far,
totally fine. Put them down. Okay. Virtual demo, baby. You can sit in your living room and sell a ton of Cutco. 20 to 30% of our sales report every week are virtual demo sales. We sell just as much, just as often, because it's the same exact product, so it doesn't matter where they live.
That's good.
Yep. Cool. All right. So, all right. You guys ready to boogie? Most important part. I want you to work hard on this. This is the most important part. Okay, here we go. On your marks. Get set. Go. Don't worry about the phone numbers. You just want to brainstorm the names. Don't even worry if you think you can get the phone number. You just want to brainstorm the names. You know that you can potentially show. A great start here, guys. Good start. Remember, if you're going through your contacts, don't pull this move. All those people have a mom that's over 30 and working full time. Doesn't matter how well you know them. It doesn't matter how comfortable you'd be showing Cutco to them. Eventually, you'll be showing Cutco to people that you don't know. Okay? So even if you just have an acquaintance with them, you've only met their mom once or twice, or even if you've never met their mom, you can still put them on your list. That's a potential customer. Make sure that you have your 40 friends, parents list filled out. That's the easy one. Make sure that you've started. Make sure that you've started the top 30 parents, friends section, and obviously mom and dad, they can help you with that when you get home. Make sure that you've started your top 10 teachers, coaches. Use page 23 for overflow. I'm going to give you another minute or two on this before we switch gears a little bit. Whoa. All right, gang. Now listen up. Okay? Now, first of all, here's my first question. Here's my first question for you. Is this everyone that you possibly know that you could possibly show Cutco to? No way, right? And how do we know that? We've worked on this for 15 minutes. You could easily double or triple what you have right now. If you were really intentional about it, you definitely could do so. So I want you to think about this list like a growing living organism, right? It doesn't like end while you're in training. You want to continue adding to this. But now you've started this list. Okay, now here's what I want you to think about. If you look at the bottom of page 22, you'll see where it says Best 5 Top 10 Fast Start 20. You guys see where it says that? Okay. So let's pretend I'm going to take you on a magic school bus style field trip to one of my favorite places on earth, Las Vegas, Nevada. And let's pretend that when we get there, we're going to make a wager. In this wager, I want you to imagine that I hand you a $1,000 playing chip. Okay? Here's the wager. You can take this playing chip and put it on any person's name that you want. You make a sale to that person, you double up. And the $1,000 turns into $2,000. You have a no sale, dealer rakes, and you lose it all. If that was the wager, I want you to look at this list that you've made and think about who is your number one best customer. And put that person's name where it says number one under Best 5 Top 10 Fast Start 20. Now keep in mind, I said your best customer, the person that you know you're going to sell to, not your easiest customer to get a demo with. Okay? Guys, you have to understand when you're a new rep, Your first 5, 10, 15 appointments, listen very closely. Listen. They are not for practice. They are not for experience. Okay? They are for confidence. Your first demos are not for practice, they're not for experience, they're for confidence. It's like teaching a kid how to play basketball. If I'm teaching a kid how to play basketball for the first time, what's the first shot I'm going to teach them? Layup. They're going to make it and build confidence. Why would I not start them at the free throw line or the 3-point line?
Because
Their chances of missing are a lot higher. If they miss a bunch, what's going to happen?
they're going to think they're crap.
They're going to think they're crap, and what's going to happen then? They're going to quit. Okay, and the same thing happens here. Okay, so it's about seeing your best people first, not your easiest. Maybe grandma's your easiest to book for an appointment, but maybe she's not one of your best cousins. Now, maybe she is, but you get the point. Your best people. So, using that same philosophy, I want you to go ahead and rank your best 5, your top 10, and your fast start 20. Go ahead and do that now. Best 5, top 10, fast start 20. Best 5, top 10, fast start 20. Who are your best customers? And let me tell you this, you do your best. I mean, listen, guys, the name of the game is seeing your best 5 to 10 customers this weekend. If you see your best 5 to 10 customers this weekend, you're going to knock out at least your first promotion. Likelihood is you'll knock out your first and your second, and a couple of you will knock out your first, your second, and your third promotion. Seeing your best 5 to 10 customers. It's just that. Best customers. So, best 5, top 10, fast start 20. Do that now.